Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are going to be discussing the physical appearance and the health of Taurus. If you do have either a Taurus rising, or even if your sun sign is Taurus, your moon sign is Taurus, or if you have a lot of Taurus energy within your chart, then yes, watch this video. But mainly this video is really looking at the Taurus rising sign. I do just want to make it clear here that astrologers can take many other factors into account when it does come to physical appearance within astrology, so just to make you aware. Also be sure to read the description for this video, because this might actually clear up any questions that you might have when it comes to physical appearance or health. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and if you do have a Taurus rising, then that means that Venus is your chart ruler. Taurus is also an earth sign, and furthermore, Taurus is fixed energy. The sign is also symbolized by the mighty bull, and it also rules the throat and the neck. What I am going to do is I am going to just describe the Taurian physical appearance, and then what I'll do is I will look at one male Taurus rising person and one female Taurus rising person, and then we can see if whatever I describe fits the bill. Or should I say, the bull. A great way to actually spot a Taurus rising is firstly from their very sense of style. What you might also find about Taurus risings is that they don't really exuberate this intense, buzzing enthusiasm like the Aries risings. Oh no, their charm is a lot slower, it's a lot more earthy. They just like to blend into their surroundings and become a part of the furniture, so to speak. The reason why this is because Taurians usually tend to identify with their very environment through the five senses. And when it comes to how they walk, what they will usually do is they will sort of just set one foot down from heel to toe with a very heavy step. Imagine it like the bull is really digging their feet into the ground. Right, so the body and the face of someone with the Taurus rising is usually quite square and steady. Try to imagine their appearance like a very large tree trunk, just with a lot of heaviness to it. It's their very substance and their proportion that creates this heavy Taurian influence. And no, this does not translate into them necessarily being overweight. What I am saying is that there is this strong sense of solidity and this firmness to them. After all, if you think of bulls, okay, bulls are highly physical creatures. You see, bulls usually, whenever they're younger, whenever they're in their youth, they're very slender. But as they then begin to age, they gain a lot more strength. They become stronger. They are slow-moving animals. Much like the Taurians are slow and steady-paced people. But at the same time, there is this soothing, relaxing calmness. This sort of pleasantness to them. They are ruled by Venus, after all. And so with Taurus rising people, their very physique may give this degree of strength, but there is this impression of just a softness, a gentleness. The very key words here for the physical appearance of the Taurians is both soft and full. Also, their calves are usually quite nicely sized and they're pretty well defined. And when it comes to their feet may be quite plump. Their necks also can be very thick and solid, like the fairy bull with their thick neck, right? However, their necks can also be pretty long and graceful, but still the neck is quite prominent in some sort of way, seeing as well Taurus does rule the neck. The thumb bones as well, they can be pretty big too. Their face, like I said, is usually like this square shape, or it can be this oval shape, just broad like a bull's head, if you can imagine, with this strong jawline. And with the nose is usually in a shape like a button. And especially look out for those noticeably enlarged nostrils. You think about bulls, their nostrils can just go like can get quite big, quite wide, especially when they're angry. Ultimately, just a full face, like I said, with quite a fine complexion. So it is that fullness with that softness. Lips also very full, but with sometimes the lower lip can stand out a little bit more than the upper lip, so they can kind of come out slightly, just be more obvious. The hair is usually very thick and shiny too, and it can be quite curly, quite wavy as well. And usually there is a much more darker tone to the hair and to their eyes. Even if they have, say, blue eyes, it's going to be a much more darker blue. What you might also find with Taurus rising people is that they can possess a voice that is quite calm, and some would say quite musical, which can mean that music is quite prominent within their lives as well. Take Adele, for example. She has a Taurus sun, and she is an amazing singer. What we're going to do then is we're just going to look at one female Taurus rising person and one male Taurus rising person. Firstly, we're going to look at Sheryl Crow. Sheryl Crow, she has a Taurus rising, an Aquarius sun, and a Taurus moon. So if we look at this picture and we kind of compare it to what I was describing, so firstly, I do see with the eyes, now I know she has blonde hair, it's probably is dyed, but I'm not sure what color of hair she was born with, but anyway, the eyes, I can see the darkness, blue eyes, yes, but it's like a darkish blue. I definitely can see that the face is just a lot more fuller, but at the same time with that complexion, it's softer. Lips also are a lot more full, and you can even see the bottom lip is more prominent. That bottom lip is a lot more obvious than the top lip. Her jawline as well, her jawline is very strong, like I said, like that bull's head, very, very strong. Plus, let's face it, Sheryl Crow has an amazing singing voice. For the male Taurus rising, then we're going to look at Taylor Lautner. Taylor Lautner has the Taurus rising, has an Aquarius sun as well, and a Taurus moon. So Sheryl Crow and him share the same placements. Looking at this photo then for Taylor Lautner, oh my goodness, this is so obvious. The head in general, very square, isn't it? Just like I said, very, very square. Dark hair, dark eyes, dark complexion. Lips are very full. That nose is just like that button nose. That jawline as well. That jawline is very, very strong. Overall, just a very solid look. Just like that solidity that I was talking about. But at the same time, the complexion is so clear and it looks super soft. Now, usually for Taurians, they should be quite strong health-wise, and they are blessed with a pretty stable nervous system. However, if they do become upset, it can affect them quite negatively. Taurians as well, they may have this tendency to gain weight a little bit more easily than others. And I think this is just down to the very fondness of indulgence and food. And of course, there can be other things that can put your health at risk, such as too much drinking, for example, as well as too much sexual activity. Taurians, yes, you are a sign of indulgence. So it's not just food that you can indulge in, it is many different types of pleasure. I know there is a saying that says you can't have too much of a good thing, but I believe that you very much can. It's all about balance. But you know what, Taurus? You know what? You live your life whatever way you want to live it. Please, 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 just be safe. What I am about to say can be applied to those with Taurus on their 6th house cusp, okay? This is because the 6th house is one of the houses greatly associated with health and well-being. And because Taurus does rule the neck and the throat, they can be prone to, well, sore throats and to tonsillitis. They might also be prone to other facial concerns such as, you know, the eyes becoming sore, their nose, their ears. I believe this is because, well, the throat and the eyes, the ears and the nose, they're all very much connected. and well, yeah, all part of the five senses. Taurians, they might also experience color blindness or hay fever, possible ear disorders, or even anemia. Ultimately though, it's usually the stiff necks and sore throats and earaches that are quite common complaints for Taurians. I would also like to add that by having a Taurus rising, okay, you're also going to have Libra on your 6th house cusp. Now, I use the whole sign system within my reading, so that's why I'm saying this. However, if you don't use the whole sign system, that's completely fine. I'm just going to say this anyway. With having Libra on your 6th house cusp, you might be highly prone to kidney, bladder, and other urinary tract infections. The reason why this is because, well, Libra rules the kidneys. Furthermore, if you do happen to have Venus within your 6th house, now normally you would be the type of person who feels the importance of developing a very healthy and good relationship with the body. But if health problems do arise, it could possibly be due to the overindulgence, like I was saying before, or due to some sort of imbalance. And of course, remember, Venus also rules Libra, and Libra is all about balance. So like I said, just be careful of overindulging in things, too much drinking, too much sex, even too much working, because the 6th house is about the service, okay, work and service. So possibly working too much can create a lot of stress. So again, just find that nice balance in order to have good health. Now, because Taurians are firmly anchored in the material world, they do have a very fine grasp of what is needed in order to lead a good life, a healthy life. More likely than not, they are capable whenever they're in emergencies, where they have the very instinctive understanding of what to do in those situations. So Taurus, if you ever do fall sick, I know that you're gonna know how to handle it, but still, please let others help you sometimes. Let others come in and give their care. You know, it's okay. It's okay to let other people help you. Okay guys, so that concludes my video on the physical appearance and health concerns for Taurus. Thank you kindly to my current subscribers for, of course, subscribing to my channel. It's great to have you here with us learning. And furthermore, if you would like to see more videos from me, then be sure to click the subscribe button if you haven't already. And yeah, I will be back with the Gemini very, very soon. Bye!